today I'm going to be doing my spoiler book talk on Everything by Nicola Yoon. If you haven't read this book, click away now, watch my non-spoiler review I'll leave linked somewhere, and read this book, come back, and we can talk about all of our feelings together. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. I really loved Madeline as a character, but I did feel like her and her mom lacked a lot of depth. I just really wanted a little bit more out of them. And surprisingly enough, I felt like Ali and his family had the most interesting story throughout this entire book, which is saying something because that really is just a fraction of what is happening in the book. My feelings probably come from the fact that all Madeline and her mom do are stay home, and their schedule is very predictable and hasn't really changed since Madeline was younger. They have their Friday French dinners and they play the same games every night, and once a week they have a movie night. And there's not really much else to it because Madeline hasn't lived her life. That's the only life that she has known. So even though I did feel like I wanted a little more depth to them, I don't know a way that there really could have been. I was a little surprised at how early in the book Madeline and Ali met in person, like actually physically got together, because I thought that that would be like the whole premise of the book, and for me, knowing that that was going to happen, the stakes were so high. But then when they met, I was kind of just like, oh, what is even going to happen now? I was almost disappointed, but since it happened so early on, there were still so many events that happened over the course of the book where I was on the edge of my seat, and I just knew that the stakes were so high in those moments. The first time Ali touched her ankle and they kissed, and when Madeline ran out the door to help Ali, and when she ultimately ran away to Hawaii with Ali, I was so nervous for everything going on. So I do think that the stakes were still there, although they had changed from what I originally thought was going to happen. Before I talk about the ending of the book, which I know everyone wants me to talk about, I want to talk about the different sections that the book was made up of. You had the Life is Short book reviews, which I loved, and also another of my favorite sections was the Neighborhood Watch, where she went through like the daily schedule of Ali and his family, and I thought that was really interesting to read. But my favorite chapter in the entire book was the numerology chapter, in which you get a closer look at the abuse happening in Ali's household. And I thought that the way Nicola chose to do that was really unique, and I kept thinking about that over the entire rest of the book, so that definitely means that it was a super effective way to introduce a dark and heavy subject matter, but keep it kind of light and not go as far with it as she could have. I also really liked all the little doodles all throughout the book, and just knowing that Nicola Yoon's husband was the one who did those illustrations warmed my heart so much. I don't know why, I just think that is so cute. Okay, that ending. Most people I've heard from absolutely hated the ending of the book. The twist is, of course, that Madeline was never sick, and her mom had kind of this strange psychotic break after the death of her husband and her son, and then the first time that Madeline got sick, she just freaked out and wanted to keep her safe. People really hated it and felt like it was a really fake way to go about this book, that I loved it because I felt like it was almost a reverse Munchausen syndrome situation, where instead of her intentionally making Madeline sick, she went to the other extreme of keeping her well. And because of that and the sheltering of it, I almost got like this modern Rapunzel-esque feeling from it at the end, and I thought, to me, that added a really interesting feel of magical realism, which I really enjoyed. I also love the Rapunzel story, so that might have had something to do with me not hating this ending as much as other people did. However, I did not care for Madeline meeting Ollie in the bookstore. That just didn't feel very genuine to me, because he could have easily thought that she was just running away again, especially since I don't think it ever said Ollie read the email she was sending, or that she even sent some of the emails that she was drafting. I know that she drafted a lot of emails but didn't send them. Also, she had her phone, but if they weren't communicating, how did she get Ollie's phone number to even text him her location? The ending of her going to meet up with Ollie just raised a lot more questions than it answered. Other than that, I thought the book was really cute, and I'm glad that I finally picked it up. I've been wanting to read it since summer, and I've owned it since like August, and I'm glad that I finally picked it up. The cover is beautiful, the story was cute, and I enjoyed it. I just had a few problems with it, but yeah, that's about it. Let me know what your thoughts were on this book down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!